Either you've recently moved to Central Texas or you're thinking about moving to Central Texas, somewhere in the Austin area, one of the suburbs or something like that, but you'll want to fit in. You don't want people to know that you're a transplant. This video is for you. I'm going to teach you how to talk Texan. Hi, Chris Beshek Properties here, and I've been in Austin since 1999, and I've been a realtor here since 2011. There are not a lot of agents that know Austin better than I do, and I'm born and raised Texan, so when it comes to fitting in and talking Texan, I'm going to be your best resource. And if you are thinking about making a move here to Central Texas, guys, my team and I get calls from people just like you every day, and it is an absolute blast helping people relocate to this area and knowing the area as well as we do and being able to find just perfect fits and make their move just seamless. So if that's the case, make sure you reach out to us, call, text, email, whatever it takes, but just get in touch with us. We'd love to help you out as well. Now, let's do what we're here to do. Let's learn how to talk Texan. Guys, the number one thing that is a dead giveaway that you're a transplant somewhere from out west is when you talk about taking the I-35 or the 183, the 290. Guys, in Texas, we don't say that. We're going to get on 35. My place is off of 290. You're going to take 183, drop the. There's nothing that gives it away faster than when you say the 35. Everybody knows you're a transplant. That's the first thing. Get done with it. Now, I'm a former teacher, so I'm going to break this up into different types of lessons. We're going to have easy, intermediate, advanced, and then just graduate level. So let's get started with easy. Number one, Fredericksburg. Okay, it's not Fredericksburg. That's not how we pronounce it. Fredericksburg. And if you want to take it to the next level and you really want to be a local, the locals out there call it Fred. You're going to go to Fred for the weekend. We're going to go to the wineries and things like that. It's just Fred. Okay, another easy one, and it seems like you should be able to do this. Bastrop, just a few miles east of the Austin airport, but what I hear people say a lot of times is Bastrop. No, not Bastrop, Bastrop. There's another easy one for you. Now, one of my personal favorites, where I live, Dripping Springs. Seems like it's really, really easy, but here's the thing. You want to sound like a local, you don't necessarily want to sound like a transplant. So the locals out here, that next level up from Dripping Springs, some of the locals call it dripping or dripping, okay? But if you're a real local, when you're trying to have conversation, you're just going out to drip, all right? Just cut it off, nice and easy, drip. All right, and one of the other ones on the northeast side of Austin, you've got a town called Hutto, H-U-T-T-O, Hutto. I've heard people pronounce it Hutto and Hotto, and I don't know where they get Hotto from, but it's just Hutto, home of the hippos. Okay, now let's jump into the intermediate. Now guys, what you have to understand about Texas is, yes, it used to be part of Mexico, it used to be part of Spain, there's Six Flags of Texas and all this other stuff. And a lot of our words either have a Spanish or a Mexican origin, but that's not the way the locals pronounce them. Take for example this, Blanco, okay? Yes, I understand if you're speaking Spanish, it's Blanco, it means white, we get it. But the town and the river here are called Blanco. Another one that's really similar is Salado. It's not Salado, it's not Salado, it's Salado. Nice and easy, up off of 35 north of Georgetown. This one seems really weird, not hard to pronounce at all. This is Pflugerville. And when you want to mess around and mess with somebody, you call it Pflugerville because that's what locals do. All right, down just east of Kyle is this little community. It used to be a small farming community. It's starting to grow up. There's a lot of building going on right there, and it's pronounced Uland, not Ulland, Uland. And then again on the northeast side of Austin, we got two cities side by side, Manor and Elgin. It's not Manor and Elgin. Either way, Manor, Elgin. And then a little further up I-35, north of Salado, you've got the town of Jarrell, not Jarrell, Jarrell. And then a couple of my favorites, one of them is the county I grew up in. It's also a river, and then a river that runs between here and College Station. The county is Lavaca County. Yes, I understand. If you break it apart and you go into the Spanish meaning, it's La Vaca, which means the cow. Very appropriate because of all the ranches down there, but we pronounce it Lavaca County. Okay, and then the other one is Brazos. Yep, I understand. Brazos is how you would pronounce it in Spanish, but again, we're in Texas, we're speaking Texan, it's pronounced Brazos. Okay, we're done with the easy and intermediate. Let's get to the advanced level. Here we go. The first one is a street in North Austin called Koenig. It's not Koenig, it's not Koning, it's not Caning, it's Koenig. Now this town's a little bit further out. It's actually northwest of San Antonio, but it's growing really, really fast right now. And this is pronounced Bernie. Not Born, not Borny, Bernie. Now we're going to get to a couple of my favorites. There's a river that runs through New Braunfels, and it's called the Guadalupe. Yep, pretty close to Spanish. Guadalupe would be in Spanish, but it's the Guadalupe. But again, you don't want to stick out, so what do you call it? It's the Guadalupe. Yep, funny, I know, that's how Texans pronounce it. It's the Guadalupe. And just north of that river, running into it, is called the Comal River. Not the Comal, the Comal. Those two rivers, that's where you go tubing in the summer. Absolute blast, Guadalupe and the Comal. Now, two of my absolute favorites. Northwest of Austin, there's a little bitty town that's got great barbecue, great deer hunting, and it's called Llano. It's not Llano, and yep, I understand again, Spanish, Llano, but it's pronounced Llano. The double L, just Llano. And then the other one that's a huge favorite of mine, just south of Austin on I-35, is Buda. I'm going to say that a few times, Buda. Buda, because it's not Buddha, it's not Buddha, it's Buda. Okay, we're done with the advanced. Let's go graduate level. This is how you sound like a local in Austin. This is how the locals talk, all right? There's this road that runs north to south in South Austin. Now it's spelt like this. It used to be spelled like this, and when it was spelled like this, it's pronounced Manchac. Yep, that's it. It's not Menchaca, it's not Manchaca, it is Manchac. There's a little town down there. It's called Manchac. That's how we pronounce it here. And then you go into the heart of the city, and this road running east-west is called 6th Street. But that's not what people call it here that are local. They call it Dirty 6th. If you've been there, you know why. Dirty 6th. It's not pronounced 6th Street, it's Dirty 6th. And now, the last one, graduate level to sound like a local. This beautiful lake that runs through downtown Austin, guys, it is not Lady Bird Lake. Ask any local, anybody who's been here for more than 10 years, and that thing is called Town Lake. That's how you pronounce this. It's Town Lake. All right, so there you go. Now you know how to talk Texan, how to talk like a local Austinite. If you get mistaken for a transplant at this point, look, I did my best to help. Guys, but seriously, I'm trying to have fun with this, but I do run across clients from out of state every day, and they're just having trouble pronouncing our words like a local, and they want to fit in, so that's the reason I'm doing this. And again, guys, if you're looking to move to this area, I would absolutely love to be able to show you around and explain to you how to talk Texan. We'll talk to you on the next video. Thanks.